Okay, so I played a short hike a few years ago, and when I played it, I really wanted it to be a nice, relaxing video. So I decided against any live commentary or any editing at all. Not like I would have been able to do much with my non-existent editing skills and mic quality, but it's the thought that counts, right? Well, with that to the side, I wanted to revisit this game after all that time, and I was quite surprised. I was expecting the game to lose its charm after playing it once, but I still had a hell of a lot of fun playing this again, even though it was really short. I know there's a ton to do, but I just beelined to the top and felt too and I felt too tired to continue for the night. So if I get good feedback, I'll hop back in and finish all that is left to do. With that said, let's begin our hike to the top. It starts off like any other game, with me fiddling with the settings, causing some interesting recording bugs. After fixing everything, I changed the graphics to be less pixelated, because I wanted to see the other side of the spectrum, before heading more inland, finding a sign pointing me towards a trail, and talking to a guy who tells me how to glide. I immediately find some money before pocketing it, and checking behind a waterfall, finding nothing. I then get tasked with finding 15 seashells by some kid, finding my first treasure chest before talking to a guy about my character being lost and possibly depressed, before getting a compass from him. I'm not gonna lie, this caught me off guard, even after playing it once before. Like, my character was saying they're lost in life and all that stuff, and this dude gives her a compass. After that interesting encounter, I find a frog making sandcastles, and I ask him for a shovel. He says he needs it, and I ask him if I can find him a better shovel, and he agrees that we can trade if I find him one. So I add that to my to-do list. I then ran into some people rock climbing, and they asked me to join their rock climbing club before being told that I need a golden feather, and that I can find one at the visitor center. So I start heading over there. I come across another stranger who tells me there's a lot of treasure on the island, so I add that to my to-do list as well. I find another chest and talk to a guy selling golden feathers. I buy a feather and find that I'm too broke to buy a second one, and learn about a hat for 100 coins. So I immediately put that at the top of my to-do list, before flying over to a feather I remembered from my last run, just because of how long it took me to get. Oh, and before I forget, let me explain how these golden feathers work. You start off only being able to glide, but if you attain a golden feather, you gain the ability to double jump mid-air, and it increases to triple jump, etc, the more feathers you get. Having golden feathers also allows you to climb, so that's why I was sent to get one by the rock climbing guys, but I kind of forgot about them. I do eventually head back, but for now they're on the back burner. I then talk to a goat guy about a watch that he lost, and tell him if I find it, I'll give it back to him. I find another chest hidden away before talking to a random fox character about nothing special. I then talk to another person about a missing headband, and I offer to look for it. While looking for it, I find a toy shovel and run into a turtle who offers his headband. I head over and give it to her, learning that he was one of the best runners around, and that the headband was a hell of a lot luckier than her old one, before she gives us some new running shoes. I'm actually a bit disappointed in myself because I only now realize the reference here. Hopefully this doesn't become a theme in my videos. With that done, wandering around, I find a chest and someone illegally camping, and they bribe me to not report them. I wasn't going to, but they did so anyways. Also, I wanted to point out this man actually bribed me with earthworms, not coins, just worms. Well, whatever. I then come across a chest in the lighthouse that I can't quite reach yet. I talk to our aunt below, find a gold coin trail, a chest, and a guy called Bill who loves fishing. He gives us his spare rod and teaches us how to fish, but it takes a while for me to relearn how to do so. Getting a tiny common carp before banking a new shell and talking to another frog who really likes breakfast. Like, struggle to sleep at night looking so forward to breakfast. I feel you, brother. I then disturb a running race, find another chest, a new shell, and in disappointment that I can't go in this water cave. I find my third golden feather and use these binocular things to find another golden feather. I take a mental note before finding a copper coin trail leading to a bucket.
Dear God.
But there's more.
No.
I can fill the bucket with water, so I can water these flowers that bounce me up, opening the map some more. I'm not gonna lie, I had way too much fun with these, even during my last run. I then talk to a depressed looking bird who wants to rip me off before finding another chest. This game really speaks to the Luke Goblin in me. I fly over to the lighthouse from a higher point, open the chest giving me my fourth golden feather. I saw trying to go over to the feather we saw earlier, locating it with relative ease before finding a gold coin and a stick. Yes, I had to mention the stick, and yes, I have 2 of them. What they are used for, I have no idea. I then talked to the frog, building the sandcastles, and trade him the toy shovel for a normal one, before buying my 6th feather and a new hat, which I immediately put on. With my new hat, I dig my first treasure hole using my new shovel, getting some coins, and shortly after, digging a new one, finding a chest. I head over to the depressed looking bird and buy an overpriced golden feather, then learning that he's broke AF, and that he needs money for college or something like that, and that's why he's selling the golden feathers for such stupid prices. I climb the cliff and run into the rock climbing guys, with one stuck on the side of the cliff before finding a chest. You can actually see one of the rock climbing guys while I'm talking to the bird, going up and down. I climb some more before continuously hitting my head against the wall, trying to water 2 flowers that'll help me get up. I eventually succeed after 10 or so minutes of trying different things, finding some money and a chest as well. I eventually reach the top of the mountain, getting a call from my mom, and we talk about some deep things, like our mom went into some surgery without telling us because she didn't want us to worry about her, and stuff like that. This cutscene hit me kind of hard, and I know it seems a bit silly, but you'll probably get it if you play the game yourself. After talking to our mom, an updraft appears from a hot spring next to us. We jump into it for a beautiful fly back to our cabin. Well, that's the end of the video. I know it was a bit short, but I wanted to try a different style of video editing. And if you want me to continue showing what this game has to offer, leave a comment or something like that. Also, I want to thank you for watching up until now. It means a lot to me. If you enjoy my little video, try giving it a like or even subscribing. Or don't, I'm just happy you watched it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in probably 2 months. Well, bye.